In this game, Cassian took black and Piotrek took white. And this game is a bit unfortunate. I think that it is below the level of the real level of the players. So it starts like this. This is a Joseki, which is maybe not well known, but it's a Joseki. White should block. Black answers, of course, like in a normal Joseki, and then it looks just like a normal Joseki, but with an AB exchange, which is difficult to say who it is better for. Yeah, it's a normal Joseki, very simple one. White played here immediately, but then black connected, and this must be good for black. Black comfortably connected the stones, taking territory. So yeah, don't play like this as white. Probably now the best move for white is here, which doesn't allow black to play the crosscut. Instead, white tries to make a wall towards the bottom side, but what is white doing? The wall is still leaking from below, and yeah, we are not really leaning on any weak shape of black, so we just got these stones in gote, giving black even more points, and now black takes center to cut. So this was not well played by white. And then white plays this move, and this move I don't like. It has a little bit of a empty triangle feeling, because this move of white is white's chance to or a threat to split black's shape. So this is a serious threat. Black would very likely answer, and then we will not play here. We will jump. So if white, for whatever reason, does not want to play such an exchange, then it's better to jump. This is a beautiful Tesuji. If black goes here now, then white actually has a counter prepared. But yeah, why not play here? Maybe because we are afraid of a move like this. Because now this Tesuji doesn't work. Yeah, maybe, perhaps, potentially. But still, I am not sure. Maybe white can be satisfied with such result. Anyway, if we play anything else than this move, then certainly a jump and not this empty triangle in disguise. This move which doesn't look like an empty triangle, but it is in practice kind of an empty triangle, as we don't have any other strong way of using black's agi than this block. Then white goes here, and this is a bit far, so black enters immediately. And I don't know if it is good or bad, because black gets a lot, but white also strengthens the shape comfortably. Maybe it's satisfactory for black. White doesn't really have any other way of playing. It's all forced. This wouldn't look like a good idea to me. So it's all forced. And then white finds a nice move, pushes a bit hard on black, but it's worth it. It's worth it and gets nice stones on the outside. Black, however, still decides to split white. This is a bit aggressive by black. It doesn't look like a good fight, and then black doesn't follow. Okay, fine. You don't have to follow. Black plays here, and white answers from this side. That's an instinct, but in fact you don't have to, because even if black captures these three stones, it doesn't matter much. This group is already alive and super strong, and these two stones are also not weak. So maybe better to take care of the stones on the side and play here. A nice combination. Black doesn't have any strong answer. Maybe black should play here, but then okay, it's a good exchange. Maybe now it's easier for white to play here, and then let's say play the same as in the game, because I think that this happened in the game, kind of. All right, kind of, not really. Why didn't white play here? I see, there is that possibility, but well, it's also difficult for black. But yeah, just play this exchange first. This is a good asking move. And you can also play like this and simply run and ignore the three stones. They are not valuable anyway. So in the game, yeah, maybe white has again a chance to change his mind. But in the game, white gets some compensation, but not really big. White gets black's corner, but black gets a very strong shape on the outside still. Well, yeah, some compromise, I would say. Maybe it's big to play here. If we are already alive in the corner, and probably we are. And this was black center, another center. Aha, yeah. White answers on the bottom. This is actually looks like a very good idea, but black splits white. And then again, white saves the 2 stones. Maybe not necessarily. Maybe white can simply run out. If black takes, all right, let him take. It's big, but in general, we don't need to be too much attached to these stones, but probably it's better to save them as white did in the game. Then white bumps, cuts, and now a very strange thing happens. Probably a misclick, or I don't know, some like sometimes I have this in my games. I don't know, very rarely, but it happened to me in my life that I was thinking about playing an exchange and then the next move, and I was thinking about the next move so much that I immediately played the next move. So wait, it's not yet, it's not now, but it's now that black played this crosscut and white captured the stones. So this was a disaster for black. Utter disaster. Of course, black should have and probably intended to play here and then play the crosscut. Now, even though white can capture a black stone, black also gets a compensation like this. And this is some compromise. White gets super strong in the center, but black also gets a lot on the bottom. But now black played the crosscut, so suddenly the game became good for white, I think. I mean, it was good for black before, certainly, but this is a very, very big difference. Black went a bit too crazy with this attack. This was not needed. Black doesn't need to play such direct moves. First of all, we can bump here, but we also don't have to. We can play simply here, and it's good enough. But if white is now already close to making the second die with the group, and white is running out with the central group easily, then why do we cut off the group in the first place? It would be better to force white to play this dame and ourselves play on the outside. And probably the best idea is to just ignore it for now and use this weakness later. So yeah, this was not the best by black, I believe. And then black made this blunder. The game becomes difficult for black. Black strives for some compensation. And indeed, it's difficult for white to save the stones on the bottom. So white goes for a sacrifice. This is a good idea. In fact, white gets stones down to the first line, to the second line of the wall. And yeah, it looks like white gets a good compensation for the sacrifice. Now it's enough to play here. And yeah, it's a difficult fight for black. I am not saying that black is going to die, but black will suffer a lot while trying to live, and white will manage to make a few points on the bottom and create an amazing wall towards the left side, and the game is indeed good for white. However, in the game, white played this, and this I cannot understand. At least play here if you really want to fight a capturing race. I don't know why you would like to fight it, because it's only a risk, but if you want, then play like this. But why play a terrible shape like this, which is obviously cuttable? This is just incomprehensible what white does here. And yeah, it only makes the task easy for black. So now black managed to make already one eye, and white's shapes are still thin. Though, well, in fact, white also gets something on the outside. It's not such an iron strong wall as it was in that other variation we looked at, but still white is not bad yet. But then black attaches, and what? Does white not read that there is some combination here? Does white think that black is just about to die here and resign and not try anything strong? If we respect our opponent, we should assume that they are trying their best and that there might be something behind such a move. So maybe we shouldn't go into the simplest variation, just following our opponent's plan, but read. If there is a risk on that path, then let's play something different. Let's play like this, and yeah. Still, we need to know that we are not talking about killing black. It's not about killing black. It's about getting as much as possible from the attack. And well, this is already quite a nice compensation. Not as nice as in that other variation we looked at, but still, it's good. And maybe we can think of something else. For example, we played this move, and now maybe just play here. Black cannot capture our stones, so the position is still difficult for black. Black needs to somehow fight. But white simply followed black's plan. And this I cannot understand. How can you go like this? Why do you do this? Like, what are you doing? What is this for? Like, you are not trying to get the best result. You are just playing as the shape dictates, not calculating any variation. And you see that your opponent is trying something, so you can expect that your opponent is about to have some combination. It's actually not difficult. It's just an Atari and the ladder, and you just go into it. You are just about to, yeah, I will die, and then the game will be bad for me. And you accept this fact. Why do you play Go like this? I don't understand. Also, I think that maybe black has an even sharper way of using white's shape now. What if black blocks here? It looks like this would be even more harsh on white. But yeah, I really don't understand this behavior of white. At least play this move. But here, white simply followed black's plan, and black ends up capturing white's part of white's wall. Yeah, white gets some territory in the corner because black was nice enough to not play this move, which would cause more trouble to white. Now it's really more puzzling for white how to find a good result. Yeah, I don't know exactly how it would be. Yeah, maybe this is a good move, this Hane. This is a good counter. But then still, it would be better for black to, even like this, it's better than the game for black, I think. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so anyway, it's some sort of compromise, though black must be happy with it. Good move, using weaknesses in white's shape, and generally black already gained a lot on this board. So here black has 5 times 7, it's 35 points, 40, 50, 65, 75. So black has 75 and white has 24, 35, 45, 50. Actually, well, plus Komi, white is, let's say, 20 points behind in terms of short territory, but white has maybe more potential than black. So the games must be still somewhat playable, though good for black. But then again, white simply goes for a not working variation, and again white gets captured in a very simple trick. By the way, still here, maybe it's possible to play like this, though I didn't calculate it, so I am not sure. Play like this and that. So maybe it's still possible to save, but white simply loses the stones on the outside, and now the game becomes really terrible for white. So why do you play like this? Why don't you play here? Then the game, you can still play the game, but like this, you are just choosing a variation which will give your opponent the easiest way of winning. Just will not leave any doubts about who is going to win the game. Yeah, so like this, black captures, white in the ladder, and yeah, from now on the game is really unwinnable for white. So black plays very simple, and yeah, white still tried, but the advantage was too large, and later black still found some ko. There is one more thing which I actually have to comment in this game, because even though black had a very big advantage, so black didn't need any to activate any agi, but still black did. Black found an agi in white's shape, very interesting one, and started this ko. And then you see black got this L shape in the corner. And now, what should black play in this capturing race? What is the proper move? So this you really need to know by heart, and it's not difficult. Black should play this move because it creates a large eye. Here, bulky 5. White plays here, black plays here. So now black has 7 liberties, and white also has 7 liberties, which means that white needs to add a move, and which means that these stones are dead. These stones are dead. So black managed to capture these stones in center. That's a very great success for black. But any other move does not give you a large eye. For example, if you play here, white has this tesuji. So they are much worse. So in the game, black played like this, but then it was not a large eye. It was a ko, so yeah, it's also nice, but it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 liberties and not 7 liberties. Now it's black's turn. So okay, 1 liberty worse than the other variation. There is a ko, so it's not much worse, in fact, than the other variation, but it is worse. So that other variation simply worked, simply captured white 7 stones in center, and this variation from the game creates a ko, which is still ambiguous. Yeah, good to know. Really good piece of Go knowledge. And then when the ko was played, finally, don't capture. You play here first. Then you capture. Your opponent needs to recapture, then you play here. So like this, you will need less threats. So this was another simple mistake. In general, in capturing races, there is a rule. You should not capture the ko unless your capture is center, so that your opponent needs to connect their stones, then it's actually good for liberties. But other than that, for the ko threads. But other than that, if you capture the ko first, you will need to look for more ko threads than if you waited with capturing the ko. So wait until the very end with capturing the ko, if the capturing the ko is a gote move. All right, so this is it about this game. So we learned also some interesting technical details from it, and thank you for listening. Good luck in the next season, and bye bye.